Hi, I am Sharu Yuzi, team principal of Yuzi Honda Racing. You are watching the Asia Motorsport Hour.
On the Idemitsu Asia Motorsports Hour this week, one of Asia Road Racing's biggest characters wonders if this year will at last be Yuzi Honda's year.
I think this is my season. I hope so.
Fierce rivals on the track, best mates off it. Australia's Superbikes Championship gives us a race to savour.
I think Herfos may just hang on.
This is going to be
Maxwell
close.
comes to the inside and Herfos gets it.
And we examine the mentality behind Yamaha Thailand, the team who are on the podium in 3 races in every 4 they compete. The Yamaha Thailand racing team are one of the teams in Asia road racing circles. The Bangkok-based group boasts an incredible record in the bigger capacity series. In 2019, Pittapong Boonla won the Supersport 600 with 8 wins and 6 podiums in 14 races. And at 1000, Apiwat and Ratapong helped themselves to 4 podium places. Ratapong had ridden Supersport 600 the season before and took the title with 2 victories and 2 other podiums. The last 5 seasons, the teams finished on the podium 40 times in 66 races. And at AP 250, Apiwat won the 2016 title, and there were 32 podiums and 36 races, 11 of them wins in a 3-year span to 2018. And that's just the recent history. Forget Chalermpon, forget Nature Cresart. Yamaha Thailand racing team are one of the teams to beat. And I'm joined by the general manager of their motorsport team, Mr. Vittapong from Bangkok. Mr. Vittapong, firstly, how do you keep such consistency of winning your teams? It's an incredible record that you have.
I just joined this team for just only 1 and a little bit, 1 year and 4 months. So it's quite difficult to explain. It's very deep, but roughly I can say from our why we are very consistency. It comes from the first is thank you to Yamaha Motor Japan racing team. They always have like very clear policy about the racing especially in ASEAN. That's why we get a lot of support from them in terms of technology, people. Sometimes like there, we can send our riders to train over there for 1 or 2 years. That's why we got good knowledge from them. And the second is come from our top management in Thai Yamaha Motors. I think they very well know about how important of motorsport related to motorcycle business. That also impacts in terms of brand image. In Thailand, we are very strong about motorsport brand image, and our motorsport bike is very well in terms of selling to the customer, especially young riders. So the third is, this is very important, is come from the former team director. If you know Mr. Korakat and Mr. Thirapong, the last year he also joined. You can see the good characters of them. He is they are like a good challenging spirit, never give up, like Liverpool, and also beyond the limit. Every time when we have the tough situation, both of them also fighting and pass through that situation. That's why we can success in many races and many trophies. And the most important one is that the team. In our team, people. In this case, we have the good organization since Mr. Thirapong organized and create many new ideas in the team. Is we have now good manager and with the long experience in racing. The second, we have our own race engineer. I think maybe we have now 3 race engineers. This is maybe the most race engineer in the team in Thailand, and also very professional team mechanic for per person. They can tell and can teach to our customer as well at this moment. Also, in this case, latest we have the data, our former hero. Now he become our rider coach that can support the team and especially focus to the riders. And a lot of equipment that management allow us to invest, like a dyno room. So now we can do our own R&D also. That's why we quite consistency and strong for the future and so far.
Looking forward to the 2021 season, are you able to reveal your team lineups for us, just so we can confirm? Maybe we start in the 1000cc in the superbikes, then the 600s, then the 250s. Who can we expect to see on the Big Blue machines?
So for this year, we will do support and send to the Asia Road Racing team for the main two classes. The first is the Superbike 1000. Will be the two riders by the first is Apiwat Wongthananon, as you already mentioned, the champion of 250cc. And another one is Anupap Tamboon. This is also the former racer from CEV project for us. And I think another one is Super Sport 600cc. It will be the former 600cc champion as well, Ratapong Vilairot. This is all three will join the Asia Road Racing team this year.
That's a very, very strong lineup. Do you feel that you are able to challenge for the title in both of those categories with that lineup?
Yeah, for sure. We got the good support from many one. Everyone support us, especially like top management. But in the same time, we got the high expectation from them as well. So, champion is like our challenging. Based on last year, we did one round at Sepang, and the result is very good. So this year we also improved from the last year. We believe we are very competitive to be the champion this year.
There, though, is the champion of this category, Piripong Boonlert. When the lights go off, got to go on first when they go off through the haze. Great start from Kazma Daniel, a real wheelie from Piripong Boonlert.
I'll tell you who lost out there, Des, Ramdan Rosley. He went back through the field. Look at Azroy Hakim there up the inside too.
Right then, Piripong goes into second place. Kazma Daniel is a man, I think, who got off to a good start. I didn't see how Afif fared. It's Kazma Daniel, the teenager from Johor, who leads as Piripong just pokes his nose out in front, takes and slides into the corner. He made a good 20 meters there on Kazma Daniel.
But he's gone wide. He's gone way wide.
Kazma Daniel comes back in, but maybe that's the way. Leave the braking late and hang on for dear life around that corner.
Yeah, well, you can see he's throwing caution to the wind now as Piripong takes the lead. His first lap as a leader, as a champion. Back out front, on the limit as we go through. It's 2:10.4 last time round for Piripong.
Piripong leads by 26, hunkers down, up late on the brakes. Kazma Daniel holds on around that corner, then you've got to go up that hill and shift your weight on the bike as well while you're going uphill when you've not quite got yourself back up straight on the top of the bike. Great skills, great athleticism.
Oh, absolutely. These guys are peak physical form. If you remember back to the piece, the colour story did on Piripong, the training he does, incredible amount of physical exercise, Thai kickboxing to keep fit, mentally fit as well. And boy, hasn't that paid off for him this year?
So far, 7 wins in 4 third places. He's looking for, at the very least, a podium. Be a real surprise, providing he stays on the bike and keeps some kind of consistency going. Another podium is guaranteed. After this start-finish line, it'll be 2 laps to go. The lead is just gone up slightly. That straight line speed there of Piripong working to his advantage. Still hanging in there is Azroy Hakim. Although it looks like a procession, There are only 1.3 seconds separating P1 from P4.
Hong Leong Yamaha would love another win this weekend, wouldn't they? As would the Pirapong's team, of course, the Yamaha Thailand racing team, who lead at the moment. Yamaha versus Yamaha.
Kazma Daniel in P2, Pirapong in the purple number 26. Now then he's got close, Kazma Daniel, but has he left it just a little bit too late? They'll take this sharp right-hander, and Kazma Daniel for the first time is putting some real pressure on through turn 8. This is when he's got to make a move, if at all. And indeed, he looks on the inside, Kazma Daniel. Kazma goes on the inside. Pirapong tries to retake it back and does do, but Kazma has made a move.
That was a great move by Kazma Daniel. He's keeping the pressure on now, and Pirapong knows that this race is his to lose. Will he be the man? Can Kazma Daniel prove to you, because you want to know, can he win? You're going to find out very soon, because he's on a mission. He will not want to finish second today. He would rather not finish on the podium than not win this one.
This time Kazma Daniel goes on the inside and takes the lead for the second time. They come into the 2 home straights, forced wide. Pirapong, can he get it back? Also Ramdan Rosley is there. Kazma Daniel is leading.
He's get down the straight, but look at Ramdan Rosley on the outside as they head into the final turn. He's on the brakes, it's going to come down to this, Des.
Pirapong is into the lead first. Kazma's taken the inside track. Kazma Daniel inside. Ramdan goes through. Pirapong holds on. Kazma touches. Pirapong Boonlert, champion for a reason.
Wow, what a finish to that one. That was a great race, and Pirapong proves it. But you've got to say that the number 127, Kazma Daniel, he wanted that victory.
Certainly did, but Pirapong Boonlert makes it 8 wins for the season. And when the pressure was on, he was able to respond. They're shaking hands. No wonder. That's brilliant sportsmanship. 2 fabulous racers, giving it everything. Kazma Daniel, big thumbs up, but it's only P2.
But you can't get much closer than that. Pirapong, and there's the team. Of course, what a brilliant result for the Yamaha Thailand racing team. They are so happy with that. Pirapong back to his winning ways. They're never happy when he gets third, and he got 3 in a row. Well, he's put it right here at Sepang. Look at this final curve. They've come out onto the final corner. He's tucked in the slipstream. He knows he's going to win. He's holding the finger up before he crosses the line. Kazma Daniel, nothing he can do about it. He tried his best.
0.032 of a second. They are number 1.
Coming up after the Idemitsu Choir, a rivalry to savour. Herfoss versus Maxwell, Honda against Ducati. A road racing rivalry to look forward to. Very warm welcome back to the Idemitsu Asia Motorsports Hour, and we've got the Idemitsu Inquest for you, and our focus today is largely on Australia, and I'm delighted to welcome former Endurance World Champion and Asia Road Racing Championship commentator Steve Martin to analyse what went on in round 3 of the championships, Steve, at Wakefield Park, and there is one heck of a battle going on in the 1000cc class between Wayne Maxwell and Troy Herfoss. It was a sensational race 2. Race 1 was stopped early, but race 2, these fellas are like brothers in arms.
It was just an incredible day of racing down there. And those two guys have been going hammer and tongs, Honda versus Ducati, Ducati versus Honda, Maxwell versus Herfoss throughout their whole career. But it came to that race and it was just incredible. Literally, it was Maxwell who got off the blocks fast. He managed to eke out a bit of a lead and it didn't look like Herfoss could catch him. Herfoss was caught behind Mike Jones at the start of the race and Maxwell was able to eke out a few seconds. He knew he needed to do that though, but he used a lot of energy up, and towards the end of the race, Herfoss, it looked like he got a second win. He managed to get past Mike Jones in an incredible pass around the outside. And then all he could do was have his eyes on that man Maxwell in front. He put his head down and we said he had to catch him 0.3 of a second a lap, and he did it. He caught up to him on the last lap. Maxwell, all he had to do was close the door, but he didn't. He opened it wide. Herfoss just dove up the inside of him down into the Alpine Stars official corner and took the race victory. It was an incredible victory. We had a massive crowd there that weekend, and it was just something that you wouldn't dream of seeing, and boy, it got everybody's emotions flowing.
And there was a very special moment at the end of the race, Steve, where the two racers, they stopped on the track, and for a good 90 seconds or so, they were patting each other on the back and congratulating each other. Real good mateship, but would you have done that when you were racing?
Well, if I'd won, sure, I'd be happy, but there's just so much mutual respect between those two guys. And the truth of the matter is the pace that these two guys have got. I mean, Mike Jones is not slow, but he left them for dead. Brian Starring is not slow. He was gone too. Team Factory Yamaha in the background. But these two guys are world class. And, you know, I'd love to see them having one-off rides around the world. In fact, I do know, I mean, Herfoss has ridden the Suzuka 8 Hours a few times. So, you know, they just laid it on the line, and that was their way of, at the end, of just saying, wow, you know, what a race. And I think everybody else agreed with them.
From an Asia Road Racing Championship perspective, Ant West made his first appearance of the season. Wasn't on a podium, but rode aggressively and was in the high points.
It was really good to see Ant West make his comeback. Brand new bike, brand new team. So literally, there's a lot to get these bikes sorted. And I mean, Ant obviously hasn't ridden for such a long time that he needs to get his mojo back as well. But look out next time, because as we know, Ant West, he's angry on a bike. He likes to win. He doesn't like not winning. So when he gets up to our next race in Darwin, I believe that he's just going to be on fire. He really is. He's one of these guys that he gives it his all. He's not doing it for any other reason than he likes riding motorbikes and he likes winning.
Moving on to the 600cc, and our old friend Brock Pearson had another good weekend, Steve. Fastest in qualifying. He then won a sprint, a kind of a 6-lap sprint after one or two incidents in race one. What went on there?
Yeah, absolutely. The longer race got shortened so they could clean up the accidents that happened on the track and remove some of the bikes and things, which made it a 6-lap sprint, which really got everyone G'd up. It gave everyone a second chance to take it to Brock, because Brock had done a really good job in the first part of that race and had a decent lead. But he had to work his way through this time. He managed to do it and he won that race, which meant, once again, we thought, well, this is going to be a benefit for Brock Pearson this year. Tommy Edwards was there, trying as hard as he could, and also young Max Stauffer doing a really good job. But, you know, lurking in the background, he was at that point.
Yeah, well, you've just mentioned it. You've set up Max Stauffer beautifully, because he came through, and that was another fabulous finish in that he caught Brock up. Stauffer, is he a name that we should watch out for, as well as Pearson and Edwards coming out of Australia?
Well, in race 2, you do need to think of that name Stauffer, because it's a name synonymous with racing. Jamie Stauffer's his dad, and he's raced for Yamaha in the Suzuka 8 Hours a few times. So it's a racing family, and this is just a young kid. A couple of years ago, he was riding in the OJC Junior Cup on a little R15 Yamaha 150. He's gone from that to this 600s, winning races already. Yeah, you're going to have to learn how to spell the name Stauffer.
Moving our attention to the MotoGP Round 3 season that moved into Portugal. And Steve, it wasn't a great day on the track in Moto2 or Moto3 for our Asian competitors. Somkiat and Hafiz again out of the points. Ayagura in Moto2 after a 5th place finish last week did not finish today. Problems for Asian racers.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate for Ayagura because, I mean, if anyone can get a good result, he can. But I guess when you look at the track, completely different to Qatar there, the riders haven't spent as much time at that circuit either. So Ayagura got caught out, and unfortunately, for him, it was, a DNF. But we know that when things are right, he can do something. The other guys, well, they're still searching for a little bit of speed, and I'm sure that'll come. Sometimes when you move into and start a new year like we have, it can get a little bit tricky. So, getting used to the machines and all that sort of stuff. So let's hope that throughout the year they can start to find some good pace.
A little bit better in Moto3. Sasaki got a P4 and 13 points. But for Southeast Asia, Andy Gilang or Andy Farid Izaha still struggling out of the points once again. Although he is finishing races. Is that an encouragement?
Oh, absolutely. Finishing is everything for Andy. He needs to just get as many laps under his belt as he can. He needs to learn. He needs to try and get out there and follow guys. Perhaps not the fastest of guys, but he needs to pick one guy that's a half a second a lap quicker than him and follow him. I'm sure his confidence will build. I mean, from what we've seen in the in our series, him racing, he's just he's a strong rider. Just a little bit of confidence and a little bit more time, and he'll be further up the field for sure.
And moving our attentions back to Asia, Steve, the All Japan Championship Round 2 gets underway at Suzuka this weekend, and an old colleague of yours, an old teammate of yours, Katsuyuki Nakasuga, he's made a terrific start in the JSB 1000cc, winning both races in Round 1. What do you know about him, and what can we expect from him in the future?
Well, Nakasuga, I mean, as you said it, he was my teammate. I used to do a little bit of testing for Yamaha as well, and he was, definitely probably still is the test rider for Yamaha, and he doesn't know how to finish second. He's just an animal on a motorcycle. I mean, I would ride the bike, go out there and try and set it up, and he would just go and smoke the lap times because, he wants to always just do that absolute best. It's no surprise to me that he's managed to get a double win to start the year off, because when he's in form, he's very, very hard to beat.
Also, the big races coming up at Suzuka Circuit, the Superstock 1000 and the Superstock 600. Tomoyashi Koyama and Yuki Takahashi, two veterans of the Asia Road Racing Championship. They are leading those championships respectively. But they're racing at Suzuka this time, Steve, and Suzuka is a rider's dream, yeah?
Oh, it certainly is. Suzuka is just one of those circuits different to everywhere else on the planet. It's so difficult to get a good lap there, so good to get it feels so good when you get a good flow around there. To get a good lap time around there, you need to string at least 3 corners at a time or in advance together to make it all happen. It's not flat. All the corners are blind as well. So you have to have a lot of talent, and you have to be brave to race well at Suzuka. The weather is also another thing that always comes into play there. 1 minute it's raining, the next minute it's sunny, and you can have both of those conditions in the same race.
Well, thanks to Steve Martin. But Steve, just before you go, I want to take you back to the event that you had in Australia. There were crowds. What was the atmosphere like? What was the difference in atmosphere having people actually turn up to watch races?
Well, we just had at Wakefield Park the biggest event that Wakefield Park has ever had, and that includes car racing, truck racing, more crowd than they've ever had. So I think what that means is that people are getting tired of looking at their television sets, and they want to get out and see some live racing. So when we go live racing with the Asia Road Race Championships, I really hope that we can be shaking your hand. Come down to the track, because it's just a different experience to watching it on the TV. And what emotions. We had millions of people parked on the hill. with their barbecues, cooking up their lunch, and then we had the pit walks. The pit lane was full. 2 up rides. It was just a sensational weekend.
Yeah, Sepang and the Asia Road Racing Championship is just 6 weeks away. Our thanks to Steve Martin, commentator for the IRRC, and also the little matter of a former world champion. See you next time we're in Australia, Steve. Coming up after the choir, the madness of underbone racing, and a moment to savour for the irrepressible Cheryl Yuzi. The 2021 season will be the 11th successive season that the Yuzi Honda brand will be represented at the Asia Road Racing Championships. Yuzi are competitive and innovative. Commercially, they've been tie-ups with Vietnam and Japan, but on the track, the team have not yet had a championship to celebrate. They've come close a few times. Tiger Harder was underbone runner-up in 2014. Tomoyoshi Koyama twice runner-up on Supersport 600. And as a team, Yuzi Honda has been the 3rd best team on 3 separate occasions. So is this their season? To find out, we're joined by Cheryl Yuzi, the team principal of Yuzi Honda. And Cheryl, welcome to the show. Is this your season?
Yeah, I think this is my season. I hope so.
Can you explain why? You're going to be competing definitely in 600 and underbone. What teams or what riders can you announce for Supersport 600?
Yeah, this year we are having 600cc. Firstly, I need to thanks to Bonsu Honda to give us support, 100% support to give his bike for us to run the 600. So the rookie is come from my son also. For my son will ride Muhammad Sharul Shazra will ride 600cc. So to give him opportunity and chance to ride with a top rider, with Asian top rider. So I hope he can deliver what we want. So I think yes, learning step by step with a good rider in Asian road racing is one of good step. I think we hope we can give him the best opportunity, and yeah, so we hope the season will start soon. So for the underbone, we have a young talent, 2 young talent. So we will provide them CP 150. That means is underbone 150. So yeah, you know, my team is from 2011 until now. Our rider is we try to do a young talent. So we nearly get a champion, but still not get a champion. So 2021, this is our year.
Is there any pressure upon you, having come so close on so many occasions? As you've said, it's young riders who you're looking to develop, but surely that would just add to the commercial gloss if you could win a title.
Yeah, I think so, because also in local racing Capri also we are already 2 times for get a second. So I'm not sure why. So but for sure they have some league. I mean some not so strong enough. I think the rider also need more focus, and our team, our mechanical. So I think, but we are never stop to learn something and work hard. So I think in future we will find something, a good solution for us. So for UZ Racing.
How do you go about choosing your riders? I mean, obviously you've got the local talent at Capri level, but what is your process to decide this is my guy?
Okay, first thing we choose the rider was have some good personality. The most important, because if the rider have a good personality, for sure they have talent. So from that we choose the rider, and then we will develop the rider to go more good in the future. So yeah, for us is best personality, talent. For sure they will have. So the only we need to, to make it more stronger. So this is our job.
So the personality, obviously important. You're a personality. You're 10 years with one championship.
Yeah.
Is your support going to continue for another decade?
10 years is a bit long, So for sure, maybe we are never get a champion in a day or so. But for us, it's the most important to build a good rider, and then to give other team. Maybe our team is not strong enough. I mean, for the financial and everything. So after they move, for example, Zaquan Zaidi with us, and then they move to Honda Bonsu. They have a good financial, good support, good everything. Zaquan get a 2 times champion. So yeah, so this is the process that we develop from grassroots, from local race, and to find some good rider, good boy, and to give our sponsor Bonsu and others. Yeah.
Charles Yuzi from Yuzi Honda. They will be competitive. They always are competitive. Good luck for the 2021 season.
Yeah, sure.
Ninth position will be the Japanese Tiago Hada, and he's picked up points throughout the season, has Hada.
Yeah, Tiger Hada from the T-Pro UZ Honda, and I think his best results is on the podium in the race 1 in Suzuka.
Red lights are off. It's a poor start from Gupita. Rosimon gets a starter, and Gupita may find himself dropping down as low as 6th or 7th. He just got nothing there, and Norisman has taken advantage. Norisman is up into 3rd place, and as a start for Norisman Ismail, that couldn't have been any better, Harmy.
It's not a dream start by Gupita Krishna, but one start for Rosimon Sainz, who was in front, but this is once again is Underbone Racing, and here comes back Gupita Krishna. So the start of the race is important, but it's not really that important, because now we have Gupita Krishna now in front of the other riders, but I think it's back to Rosimon Sainz leading the race.
Well, that's the case of Gupita not being able to get the line he wanted going into that hairpin, so he was in great position, and he certainly got the straight line speed. He's now up into 4th place, Gupita Krishna.
It's Fernando Hesden who is now leading the race.
We like Fernando.
Yep. But not for long. We see that Norisman is following a very different racing line from the rest. So it's up to their strategy, up to their tactics in the race. And now it's Rosimon Sainz leading the race.
Rosimon, this is the 6th different leader we've had of this race. Rosimon in the Honda.
And Norisman is at the back of the group. So it's not good at the moment for Norisman in the point standing. But then it's still 4 laps to go. Anything can really happen. Varapamalawan is right in front of Norisman.
Well, look at Norisman at the tail of that group. I'm wondering whether he's deliberately there just biding his time, or whether or not he's struggling to hold on, because that's an awful lot of space that he's got to actually make up there. Gupita keeping an eye on him as Crosdianto and Fernando will work their way into this lead with 3 laps to go. It is any one of 13. Remarkable. Hada is in that leading group. Ahmed Fazli Sham is in that leading group. They're all in that leading group. Gupita Krishna on the right-hand side. Gupita tries to take the line away. Gupita Krishna leads coming into the left-hand corner. Half a lap to go in Buriram. It doesn't get more competitive than this as Hada tries to take the inside from Gupita Krishna. Has he timed his run perfectly?
But to be in the middle of that group, that's the last thing that you want to do. And Norisman is in the middle of that group, and Gupita is right in front. So that's not good for Norisman and Ahmad Fazli Sham as well.
Okay, as they come into a right-left combination, that is Harder 93.
Yes, and there's Masaki and Rosaiman as well in front. Number 25, is that so? It's Tiger Harder.
And Amiral Arif has come from nowhere as well, so Harder. Again, they're all just biding their time. I cannot wait until this final last lap. It's almost like going in clutch in basketball. Last second of the last match of the season.
So they're now going to the notorious last corner and last turn after race. That will determine who will be in front, and there's Ahmad Fazli Sham.
Herdian has held it, or he tried to hold it very, very late. Amiral has come from absolutely nowhere. Amiral held on, he held his nerve, he had the racing line, he's got the victory. That could have been any one of 10. Phenomenal.
One it is for Amiral Arif Musa. Like I said just now, we did not mention at all his name. So that happened in the previous race with Fernando Herdian and also Vorapong Malakwan in Central Indonesia. We did not mention Amiral Arif Musa at all, and he won the race here in Buriram.
That race was incredible for our team, because Tiger is one of a Japanese rider, young talent, and then with our team, so they get a second, Amiral get a first. This is incredible. There was a surprise for me, and then when they fight together, you know, from first lap until last lap, you know, like a Buriram, everybody can win. So hard for the final lap and final corner. So they get a chance, they get luck, and then they work, they deserve to get the winner. So I think this is one of the best races in Asia for me.
There's a Japanese flavour to the next Idemitsu Asia Motorsports Hour. Katsuaki Fujiwara, present and past, a legend of the Asian road racing scene.